Hey everybody, this is Beetle casting for the StarCraft 2 Web Rebirth Tournament Series, and this is going to be the second game of a best-of-3 quarterfinals between the blue Protoss Kami and the red Protoss Thanatos. And Thanatos did win the first game, so this is currently 1-up for Thanatos. If Kami loses this match, he is knocked out of the tournament series for this week. Of course, he can always just compete next week, but he will not have a chance to progress this week in the tournament series. And the last game was pretty interesting. It really just came down to macro, because both of the players went for the exact same build. They went for a 3-gate, well, not 3-gate, but I don't want to say they went for the exact same build, that's probably not accurate. They went for very similar builds, in my opinion. Kami applied early Stalker pressure with chrono boosted Stalkers, and then expanded after that. And Thanatos just went for a pretty standard, 3-gate Robo, 3-gate, 4-gate Robo, Stalkers, Stalkers, Sentries, Zealots, supported by Immortals. Pausing there as I'm trying to remember the unit names. I'm terrible with Protoss unit names. I just do not know them because I don't play Protoss. I play Terran, and being a noob caster, you guys kind of make fun of me that I'm a complete noob at casting, but being a noob caster, I haven't casted enough games of Protoss yet to really, get down the unit names, which is retarded, I know, but hey, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Anyways, Kami getting down to Gateway, and Thanatos getting down to Gateway, obviously, very standard at this point. Thanatos chrono boosting out some, wow, Brain Fart, chrono boosting out some Harvesters. I'm just going to call them Harvesters, that's easier, I'm just going to call them Harvesters. But Kami saving his chrono boost, and we may be seeing some Stalker play because of that chrono boosting. Honestly, I would not be surprised, because we are getting a second gateway down, and this is what he did last time. 2 gateways and then a Cybernetic core. Obviously, you get the Cybernetic core up to get the Stalkers out, but you get the 2 gateways so you can get enough Stalkers out to do some moderately effective early pressure. And look for Thanatos maybe trying to counter that. He does have a unit moving in to observe it. Excuse me for 1 second. He does have a probe moving in to observe it. And he does see the second gateway going down and the Cybernetic core, so he realizes this is the exact same build. He's thinking, hey, Kami did this exact same build, or this exact same build order at least, last game, and he did early Stalker pressure, and he is seeing chrono boosts down on the gateway, so he's got to be thinking there's some Stalker pressure coming out. Now there's actually a chrono boost on the Cybernetic core to get Warp Gate technology out, so Kami saving his chrono boost for the Cybernetic core. And if we look, actually that cost him a little bit in macro. He's 2 Harvesters down, 3 Harvesters down under Thanatos. Well, 2 now, since that one got taken out, but he's 2 Harvesters down under Thanatos. That's not a lot so far, but if Thanatos continues to chrono boost out probes instead of units, look for that economic edge to climb in Thanatos' favor at this point in the game. But we have these 2 Stalkers moving out to pressure Thanatos. Thanatos doesn't really have a lot out at this point. He just has the 1 Zealot, and 1 Zealot cannot hold off this kind of pressure. He is running back. I think the Zealot might get picked off. Maybe, yeah, this Zealot's going to get picked off. But that's okay, because we have another one coming out, and the Stalker. So the combination of a Stalker and a Zealot probably going to be able to defend against these 2 Stalkers, and Warp Gate technology is almost finished for Thanatos. Warp Gate technology a little slower for Kami, but they're both going to get it out of, pretty close, maybe 10 seconds off. And a 3rd gateway and a 4th gateway. Okay, so 2 more gateways going after Thanatos. That's going to be giving him a 4-gate to Kami's 3-gate. So that is going to give Thanatos better ability to reinforce his army quickly out of pylons. So that may become important later on, but who knows, really? I mean, this battle could go anywhere at this point. Regardless, Thanatos does have a sentry out, and I think Kami's probably going to do fast expand here. Let's see if he's going to get it down. Well, he's dropping in minerals right now, but let's see. He's putting some more pressure, actually. So getting a unit out, putting some pressure. He may be putting on a proxy pattern with this probe. I don't know, but that is a lot of Stalkers. But if you notice, Thanatos actually has 5 more probes than Kami. So Thanatos has gotten a little bit of macro edge at this point, and Kami pushing, trying to get him out while that Stalker, wow, that Stalker got away with 1 health. That is the luckiest Stalker on Ire at this point. And Thanatos is just macroing up at this point. He's trying to get enough probes to develop a real macro edge, and I would say he has a pretty good macro edge at this point. Not a big macro edge, not certainly like he's not 10, 12, 20 harvesters over, but in a mirror matchup, 6 harvesters can be a lot if both players are going for basically the same build. Thanatos is also getting out of a robotics facility. He has rallied inside of Kami's base, so yeah, there you go. There's the observer. So now he's scouting. He's going to be scouting with an observer when this finishes. And Kami did throw down that Nexus, so he is going for a pressure into a fast expand. But Thanatos, what is Thanatos doing? I guess he's checking for proxy pylons? But that was weird for a second there. So Kami may try to push out right now and do some pressure. He may, you know, what I really think he needs to do is get some more production facilities out. Right now he only has 3 warp gates. He needs to be getting some more warp gates because, you know, Thanatos has 4 warp gates and a robo bay, and we haven't seen any more come out so far, but I definitely will not move down the skirmish, and Thanatos is natural. There's a lot of Stalkers though. Stalkers aren't that great in straight up fights, so I think this may not go well. There is another Stalker can take it out, but Kami had a lot of sentries, and sentries are good for force fields and guardian shields, but they're not that good in a straight up fight versus Stalkers. So that 30 sentry army didn't do him any favors at this point. And I think Thanatos may do some serious damage with this. I don't know. He could push with this right now, I think, but I think he's choosing not to. He's instead trying to secure his natural with his own Nexus. And if you look here, Thanatos still has a macro edge, which just goes to show, even if you don't expand, if you just keep pumping probes, you can still hold the macro game. You don't need to expand in this level of gaming to hold a macro edge. If you just saturate a lot of the time, just a straight up saturation can at least keep you in the game. But regardless, Thanatos is getting his natural up. Kami still has proxy pylon, so he may try to do something with that. Thanatos is pushing out at this point, seeing if he can do some damage. And honestly, if you check the army supply tab, yeah, Thanatos is a much larger army. He has like almost, well, not almost, he has close to double the supply of Kami in army units. So I think this battle is definitely going to go in Thanatos' favor. This Kami does really interesting and he is getting some force fields down, but he's not actually force fielding units out of range. Like he's only this line that was able to fire, but I don't know, I just don't think that was enough to save him at this point. But Kami not giving up the ghost, still brings up a very good fight. Seeing what kind of damage he can do, and he's not, this is not a death blow at this point. He might still be able to recover, well, okay, now this is probably tweaking. His entire army just got picked off. All he has is these 2 sentries inside of the base. Yeah, this is really bad for Kami, I think. I don't know what he can do here, but let's watch and find out. Maybe he'll try something interesting. We don't know. And force field come down, trying to prevent him getting inside of the base. And oh, that force field was a little late. He managed to prevent these going in, but those Stalkers are probably going to be able to pick off these sentries, or at the very least negate them, and watch for those force fields to go up. And there they go. So Thanatos now has free reign to move his units inside of the base. I think he's probably going to do just that. And once he gets these units inside the base, I think it's going to be GG. Note that he has a proxy pylon now. So Thanatos, being the good player that he is continually reinforcing into his army. Kami saying well played, Thanatos saying thank you. And this is a very good game from both of these players. Both of these players play well. They obviously play well enough to get here, but Thanatos and Macro just won out a little bit in the end, just enough to secure him a victory at this point, and he will be going on to the semifinals of this tournament series. Kami saying good luck for the rest of the competition. You know, when you get beaten out of a tournament, you really want the guy to beat you well, because no one wants to lose to the guy who just lost immediately after you. You want to lose to the guy that actually won the tournament series. But Thanatos moving on to the semifinals. Kami playing up a very valiant fight at that point. Obviously, he's a good enough player to get to this point, but he just could not keep up with Thanatos' macro in the end, despite his early expansions. And you know, Shadow Temple is good for expansions, I think, but it's not the best map for expansions. I think if Cammy wanted to do a lot of expansion play, he probably should have picked Tall Dream Welter, but you know what? That's an entirely different issue, and I will see you guys at the semifinals of this tournament. Good luck and have fun.